Yeah.
Where's the game? This is Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic, 22, West 43rd. Yeah?
Blackie, where is it tonight?
22, West 43rd. Yeah, Blackie. Uh-huh.
Where is it tonight? Game Boy.
22, West 43rd. Yeah.
I'm playing.
Okay, Benny, 22, West 43rd.
Hiya, Billy.
Marvin Thompson, alias Titanic Thompson. Professional gambler, real estate operator, con man. Slipped and fell in a bathtub. 1932, broke both his legs. Died of pleurisy, complicated by obesity. Owen McManus, alias Laughing Boy. Professional gambler, crapshooter. Until he lost what little nerve he had, tried to recoup by getting away with murder in 1930. He didn't. The state won the last roll in 1931. Yeah, there were a lot of what you might call colorful characters during that period. Perhaps the most colorful of them all was Big Ziggy Adams. Big Ziggy Adams, the number 2 gambler of the 20s. Rothstein was number 1, and he intended to keep it that way. Big Ziggy played the circuit, Miami, Saratoga, Chicago, on to the West Coast. He'd been told he'd live longer if he stayed out of New York. Rothstein told him, I told him. Big-time gambling was a byproduct of the easy money era, the 20s, the heyday of the hoodlum. Gambling, of course, was a lesser crime, but the murders it brought on made the people just as dead. Our job was to bring the criminal to justice. Once in a while, we were in a position to prevent a crime that we knew had to happen. Once in a while. My name is Barney Ruditsky. 20 years gangster squad, police department, city of New York. Don't press the button, Benny. I'm not here on business, personal reasons. You press that button, you'll wish you hadn't. The wail of the sucker is music to the gambler's ear. Big Ziggy's in town. You see him, tell him to catch up with Ruditsky.
Ruditsky in person. You here on a pinch or are you slumming? You're breaking my back.
You speak when you're spoken to, you slob, and it's Mr. Ruditsky. Now, I'll tell you once more. Big Ziggy's in town. I want to have a little talk with him. I'll break this up. I'll give you as long as it takes me to call the vice squad.
Come on, get your head off the table.
You got a point to make.
Yeah, come on, get it off the table. Here we go.
Coppers are all alike. Ruditsky must want the big boy plenty bad. Odds are he wants to put a touch on him.
7 out. That's great. Just great.
I had a partner with you tonight. I ought to have my head examined.
You ain't been no bargain. At least I've been getting a run for our dough.
I'll get you a medal. How much we got left in the bank, game boy?
A lousy 100.
100 open.
How about 50? Here's 50. Go ahead, shoot the load. It's been a cheap lesson. From now on, I partner with nobody.
Come on. Will you shoot the dice already? Ruditsky's breathing down my back.
You'll love him to death.
And there it is, little Joe. 4 is the point.
Oh, try to make the 4.
Come on, baby. 4 the hard way.
And there it is, Little Joe.
Shoot the finally make a point that we've got no money to pay.
We'll write it now. Here we go.
11.
Hey, 11 is in the 9. Here we go.
Shoot now, 400 now. I got 400. Get it to it now. I got 9 on the money there.
Wait a minute.
Put that money in there, cover the thing there, and shoot what's coming out. Right.
11, how do you...
11. Shoot the 800. I got that. All right. Get on a good thing there. He's off. Shoot it coming out. Rip it. 9 to
9 is the point.
There we go. 9 a winner. Shoot 200 here.
I got 200 open.
Shoot it coming out.
And the natural 11.
How much you shoot? 400. 400.
7 away.
A 7 natural.
Take it away. Take the loot.
Make that bet stand. Let's get it now. We've got $8,000 gone.
7.
And a 7 natural.
Shoot 800 here. I got 4. 800 coming out. I got the other 4. You're off. Here's 200. Here we go.
Shoot it. And another 7 natural.
Shoot 1,500 here.
I got 500 on
Hold it. Too much. There you faded. There you go.
All right. Shoot it coming up.
There you go. And 11, another natural.
How much you shoot? Shoot 3 G's.
All right.
I got one.
There you go. All right, you're covered, shooter.
Here we go.
And a 9, a 9 point there.
Get the money. Pick up the money.
There we go. Come on. How quick will it get here? Hurry. Come on.
Somebody turn on the light.
How would that laughing boy like to pay off in the car?
All right. Pipe down, you guys, will you?
Plenty of bums got the jitters. Every time you play his crib, you wind up in a coal bin.
If he had no legitimate reason to press the button this time, I'm going to press his button. 7 passes, and this had to happen.
Yeah, and you had opened your yacht to Raditsky. He probably got sore and called in the vice squad.
You guys play a little patty cake on those upstairs to see what's going on.
Oh, just stepped on my hand.
What do you think you are, Rivetsfield?
All right, cut it, you guys.
Hey, Benny.
Hey, laughing boy. What do you know about boys?
Benny, I'm in trouble.
You don't know what trouble is. You know, at one time, practically every tree in this country had 1,000 mourning doves on it. Till man came along with a bag and a gun. They beat him to death.
I am getting beat to death. I'll be a dead bird if you don't do me a favor.
You drinking on AR's time? You'll get murdered.
Will you clam up and listen? I got the suckers in the cellar.
You flipped?
Yeah, I flipped the light.
Why?
Because Titanic and Game Boy made 8 straight passes. If I don't break the fever, they gotta break the house. You get a hold of AR at Lindy's and tell him I gotta have 50 G's cash. Get Berkey to cab it over here real fast. You tell him if I don't get the cash, that his dough and me are down the drain. You tell him that. You tell him they are giving us a shellacking. And Benny, if you let me down, you'll wish you was a mourning dove. 'Cause I won't just beat you to death. I'll cut your heart out.
Okie dokie, boys, the coast is clear. Step right up, put your money on the table. 6s and 7s, let's get your point. The only fog is rolling in Hoboken.
Why, when Baldy's nervous, you spend the whole night in a coal bin. Not me. Night, suckers.
Me too. My luck is dead. I ain't got the nerve to beat it to death.
Come on, Buzz.
Well, guys want to play the house? You got all the dough.
How much dough the house got?
$5 grand.
Put it on the table.
1 roll.
1 roll.
Seven. Well, I'll be right back, huh? You fellas wait right here. I'm gonna take a little look in the sock, huh? Jeez, you
guys have been having the fever, huh? Okay, where is it?
Where's what?
Give.
Ain't you got no sense of humor?
Are you gonna give or am I gonna smash that egg you call a skull?
AR says you get nothing.
Nothing?
A message.
A message?
AR says that he's not throwing good money after bad. If you're gonna cry, go find a wailing wall.
He can't do that to me. We're partners.
He did. AR says you want a fresh steak, you gotta do him a favor.
Like what?
Like Big Ziggy's in town. It makes him unhappy.
Yeah, so what?
Make Big Ziggy unhappy, AR is happy.
How I do that?
AR says you're a man with big imagination. Use it. The harder you hit Big Ziggy, the happier AR.
Yeah?
Sure. Hit him hard, you're back in business.
Hit him hard, I'm back in... Yeah. Hey, what a roll. You guys really got it, huh? The real fever. What are you cutting up, 30 G's?
You got fresh cabbage?
Well, it's taking a little time getting here, crosstown. You know, heavy traffic. You still got the fever. We can play on the cuff till the Kale gets here, huh?
I got plenty of fever left, but not for couple.
I don't know about you, Game Boy, but I feel like the big leagues for a streak like I'm running.
Yeah, this junior league stuff has got no future. Can you see what you could build if you was playing with Rothstein, with your fever?
Hey, you guys can dream like you're getting it in the arm. You ain't sitting down where they are. Big Ziggy's in town. I can get you to him.
You say get. You mean get?
I mean get. Look, I know the big boy. He couldn't walk away from an easy money sure thing if his life depended on it. Look, supposing I play like him and me's partners. I'm dealing 5-card stud. He thinks I'm on his team. I don't care what you say, Barney. He don't look like a big-time gambler to me.
Oh, why, O'Neill? Why don't he look like a big-time gambler to you?
Well, I don't know. He just don't. He looks more like a gigolo, a phony. Probably hasn't got a quarter in his pocket.
O'Neill, he's got more money in one pocket than you're going to earn in the next 5 years.
Barney, I don't care what you say. That guy out there couldn't have a dime on him. He looks more like a tennis bum.
I agree. Send the bum in.
The only trouble with being a cop is people.
Hey, Mr. Raditsky. I've been looking forward to seeing you. You'll never know how much.
Don't tell me, Ziggy. Let me guess.
You know, the moment I got off that train from Miami, I said, I must say hello to Mr. Raditsky.
And the moment I heard you got off that train from Miami, I said, Ziggy knows better. He shouldn't have got off that train.
You know, I haven't had the pleasure of your company for now, how long's it been?
6 months. And nothing's changed.
A very fine philosopher said everything changes, except death and taxes.
And Rudetsky. You stick around this town, you're going to get a view through a window with Buzz.
Oh? Is it still my health that worries you?
Ziggy, as long as Rothstein's alive, you're going to stick to the rural circus. Now, I mean it. I told you a dozen times. Maybe you're hard of hearing. I'll tell you once more. The best way to win a war is to avoid it.
Rothstein doesn't bother me that much. You know, your theory that New York isn't big enough for 2 kings is antiquated.
Well, you're out of this town like that, or I'll send you up on a vagrancy charge, 90 days. And by the time you get out, I'll have enough evidence to send you up for 10. And I don't mean days.
If that's the way you want it, it shall be. I'll try to be on the 20th century tomorrow.
Good. You know, Ziggy, some people don't like goodbyes. I do.
So?
So you'll be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, hmm? I'll kiss you goodbye at Grand Central at 3.
Your hospitality touches me. How can I say no?
You can't.
I agree. Till tomorrow at 2, huh?
Thanks, Ziggy. You know, if you're worried it wasn't 18 karat, I wouldn't give you a second thought.
You know, anytime you want to change your mind about playing copper, my offer still holds. You could work for me. There's enough for both of us.
No, Ziggy. Don't. Now go on, get out of here. Keep your nose clean tonight. You got a date you got to keep tomorrow. If you don't, you're going to be a guest of the state in a nice, clean cell. Snake eyes.
Mr. Big?
What do you want?
It's me, Laughing Boy. Laughing Boy McManus.
If you want to put the B on me, I'm not in the mood. Come back tomorrow.
I got a proposition for you. An easy buck. Guaranteed.
Talk fast.
Ain't you heard?
Heard what?
Titanic Thompson and Game Boy Miles. You know them.
Yeah. A couple of small-time gamblers can't buy a piece of cheesecake between them.
What are you talking, cheesecake? They could buy Lindy's now.
Detail.
I could have bet anything. You heard it's all up and down the main stem. Everybody knows.
Look, either tell me or get out. You're buzzing like a horsefly.
Well, they broke the house and the game at 22 West. You know, the cigar store crib?
Nope. I haven't played the small-time circuit in years.
Well, I'm boxman in this game. See, partners with Rothstein.
So, he banks you? So why don't you go waste his time with crying over Titanic and what's-his-name breaking you?
But you don't understand. See, that's the point. I got an angle to get back my financing and maybe turn a neat little profit, too. But I need your help. That is, if you want to make a little cheesecake money easy.
I bet you need my help.
50-50?
What are you taking for, some greenhorn? Shoeshine boys know your deal with Rothstein. 50-50 after 25% right off the first buck. And 100% of the banking money in his kick before you see a red penny.
See what I mean? That's why I come to see you, because you're smart, you know what I mean? You give me the edge on the AR deal, and I'll throw in with you.
What do you got to throw in? Your talent?
Look, let me give you the angle, and then you tell me what we got to do to put us in business, huh?
Well, make it fast. You've overstayed your visit.
Look, Titanic and Game Boy got over 30 G's. They think they got a personal mortgage on Lady Luck. Here are two pigeons who are ready for plucking if I ever saw them.
Well, you're showing talent. So how do we pluck?
I set up a nice, friendly little game of stud.
You deal?
And you got a personal gilt-edge guaranteed mortgage on Lady Luck.
Your fancy dealing is worth straight 10 cents on the dollar. Take it or leave it.
You just made yourself 30 G's. Give me an hour, huh? I'll get the hotel room all lined up. The Park Central okay for you?
Yeah. Just make sure there's plenty of fresh sauerkraut juice for me.
Sure, plenty of fresh sauerkraut juice. An hour. I'll get the pigeons all lined up. Then I'll come for you. They'll think that I steered you into their game.
500.
Hey, that's a pitcher of juice an hour. If I'd have known that, I'd have got you a barrel. That's 4 pitchers already. Where you putting it?
Where you putting those cards, dealer? You pour a fine sauerkraut, but you deal a lousy hand. See.
Beat the ladies?
3 ladies showing on the table. The odds against the 4th being in the hole.
I always say, if you got the right angel on your shoulder, you can't be beat. Odds or no odds.
I have to agree with you. You have to have the right angel.
The right angel, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you double the ante? Give you a chance at recouping.
That's right. Maybe your luck will change.
Well, thanks. That's big of you. But I can't put up any more cash on the line.
Oh, with us, you can go another 50 G's on the cuff.
Yeah, anybody knows your initial's as good as gold.
I am flattered. But if you don't mind, I'll go over to my room and get enough cash to finish out the game. Shouldn't take more than 20 minutes.
We'll get you some fresh sauerkraut juice, and we'll be waiting for you.
I'm sure you will.
You think he's getting wise?
Geez, he dropped 50 G's and didn't bat an eye.
Well, be daylight by the time he gets back. Let's see, he's gonna play till 1. Gives us about 7 hours of playing time left.
Yeah, that's another thing. How come even though he's losing, he puts a time limit on the game?
You better give him some cards, Laughing Boy. I'd rather make less and live longer.
Don't you patsy out on me now. Another 50 G's, and this'll be a night to remember. 150 G's. That ain't hay.
I don't like it. Big Ziggy's too smart not to smell a rat.
You know, for a smart guy, you ain't very smart. He thinks that I'm dealing so he wins in the stretch.
You mean he's willing to sweat out getting back 50 G's just to make 30?
Well, sure, all these big men operate like this. You spend $1 to make $1.
But this is a lot of bucks. I wouldn't trust my own mother with this kind of dough.
You gotta be nuts to think he's gonna sit still if we take him for another 50 G's.
He'll figure the frame and beef.
Look, so he cries. Who's he gonna cry to, huh? He can't go to the cops. And he ain't gonna go to the mob and tell them about the racking up we give him. No dough is worth being laughed at by Mr. Big.
Worst thing can happen. We cut Rothstein in and he squares the beef.
Sure. Rothstein hates Mr. Big. Hey, you know something? He'd probably pay us if he knew about the treatment we were giving him.
Yeah, Rothstein would choke laughing when he finds out. Are we taking Mr. Big?
I think I just come from Sunday school.
Yeah?
It's me.
Don't you ever worry keeping so much cash in your room? Some crook is just liable to try to knock you off.
It's only money. There are worse things than losing money.
Oh, we gonna talk or play?
Got your first supply of sauerkraut juice. Clean deck.
Hot or cold, I wrap it one. So deal them hot, or I'm liable to get ideas.
What do you mean, ideas?
Deal, Laughing Boy.
Oh, Nell.
What's the matter, Barney? Can't you stay away? You know, you got 4 hours before you take over.
No, I promised to see somebody off on the 20th Century Limited, you know, a meeting here.
Anyone I know?
I don't know. You can come along, stand in line, and kiss him goodbye if you want to.
Yeah? Who? You know, I heard Libby Holman is coasting. Now, this I can take.
Big Ziggy?
No take. Come on, already. It's clean enough.
Ruditsky? Yeah. You sure? No. No point in rushing now. We got plenty of time. All right. Bye. Neil?
What's the matter, Barney? Mr. Big disappoint you? Can't make the train?
Oh, they just found Big Ziggy in front of the Park Central Hotel.
You had it picked up?
Yeah, with a blotter. They said he took a dive, suicide.
Where are you going?
Should have put him on that train yesterday.
What?
Big Ziggy was murdered, and I'll lay the odds that I can prove it. Somewhere in this concrete jungle, there's a man or men who must pay for another one of the major crimes that are committed at the rate of 1 every 9 minutes. That's the job for us cops. C-O-P. Constable on patrol. Sometimes the chain that ends with murder starts the hard way, like 2 deuces.